Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Choppahstoppah here, bringing you our second narrated Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. I forget who it's against because he doesn't have a YouTube channel and I didn't write his name down. But I found him on the Smogon Battle Finder, which I'm starting to use a lot now. It's actually pretty good. I used to be on friendcoach.com, still am, but Smogon has just been a little easier for me to use, and I'm finding better competition there. So yeah, that's what I'm using now. Choppahstoppah obviously is my name on there, and yeah, if you're looking to battle me, just comment or send me a private message, and I'll get back to you. But anyway, let's get on to the battle. So right here, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave with his Megan Fox, it's actually a funny name, his Ninetales to get up that sun since he just wants to get it up the entire battle here. He goes for an energy ball over the solar beam, which I found kind of weird, but people's preferences. And I'm gonna go straight for that earthquake. I thought he would overpredict the first turn, but he obviously didn't. He tried to kill my Don fan. I had sturdy anyway, so I wasn't fearing the Oko. Um, yeah, so I took it out. I knew that even if it had a focus sash, I could Ice Shard and kill the Ninetales. But here I was predicting him to go for the Ice Shard himself. I guess he didn't think it would take me out, and I switch out my Vaporeon. Um, he does go for the rocks, which is okay, but I get off that toxic on his Cresselia, which is one of his main walls. I'm really hoping he doesn't have a rest, sleep talk, that variant. But predicting the status, I go into my Ferrothorn. He doesn't go for the toxic, he actually goes for the screen. I was predicting the toxic or the Thunder Wave. But he goes for the reflector light screen. I think light screen. No, right here I'm not fearing the Sawsbuck at all. The way it came in, I thought it would have Sap Sipper, so I didn't want to go for the Leech Seed or anything. But thinking about it, I should have known that if he was setting up all these Sword Dances, he's just an attacking set. So he's actually running Chlorophyll, and that'll come into play later. But right now I'm predicting him to attack, so I go into my Donphan as fodder, and now I see that he's a Life Orb too. So I'm going to go in my Alakazam. This is when the Chlorophyll comes into play, because he's obviously faster than my Alakazam, which is a timid nature, max speed. And right here I'm going to go for the HP Fire. In the Sun, this still isn't going to do as much as I thought it would. I guess he's more especially defensive. I guess he's running attack EVs and special defense EVs. Or I'm just underestimating Sawsbuck's natural bulk. But anyway, he kills off my Alakazam. It has as you saw, it has a late game focus sash, and I'm going to extreme speed, hopefully take this thing out, and I do. The opponent's light screen wears off, and he brings in the Heatran. Now, this was an excellent play on his part. He bluffed the Scarf very well. I could have taken him out with a Drain Punch from that range, but he bluffed the Scarf. Worked out in his favor because I switched out into my Vaporeon. Now, okay, lefties, blah blah blah. Now he's gonna go for that Toxic, and I'm gonna go for the Hydro Pump. It hits, but look how pathetic damage it did. I know it's in the sun and everything, but I am running a little special attack into my Vaporeon, and the stats actually really nothing to laugh at. But in the sun, that doesn't maybe does a quarter about, and right here he makes a nasty prediction and goes for that Lava Plume. It might have been obvious, but I just didn't want my Vaporeon Toxic at that point in the game. It has no recovery except for Wish, which will take an extra turn and it'll rack up that toxic damage. So I'm actually getting scared at this point. I really nothing to take on the Heatran, so I'm just going to go into my Dragonite, try to DD up, and get as much HP off this Heatran as I can. So right here, I'm going to go for that Outrage. I know it won't OHKO from that range, but I still need all the damage I can on it. He's going to predict me to get greedy and go for that Roar. Good move on his part. One more outrage would have killed him, and if I would have gone for a second outrage, it could have swept his team. So he's going to go into, or I'm going to get roared into my Vaporeon, and I'm going to Wish up, predicting him to roar again, which he does. He's predicting my switching the Dragonite, so I'm just going to stay in and go for the Hydro Pump. It's not going to kill him, unfortunately. Right here, I was really hoping I could get roared into my Dragonite, since a Wish would bring him back up to multi-scale, and be able to knock out his Heatran. But unfortunately it doesn't. It gets roared into my Ferrothorn. And I didn't want to overpredict, and thank God I didn't, because he does end up going for that Lava Plume, which is 4 times super effective on my Ferrothorn, and would have taken it out. So now I know that one more Hydro Pump, if it hits, which thankfully it does, will knock out this Heatran, and that is one big threat out my way. He really wasn't doing that much damage with his attacks, but that Toxic was racking up, and I just had nothing else to deal with it. Um, Now he goes back into his crest. He sets up a Reflect. I'm guessing this thing has, what does it have, the Light Clay over leftovers? Let me see. Yeah, it has Light Clay, so he's set up the Reflect, and that's going to be on for, what is it, with Light Clay, seven turns? Yeah, I believe. So I'm going to go into my Dragonite here to receive the Wish. As he goes into his Infernape, I thought he would have set up another screen, but I guess not. I thought this, I know he said set up the Reflect, but I thought that Extreme Speed would do just a bit more. And seeing as Infernape is so frail, but that didn't, this is, what is it, a Jolly, I mean, it's max speed. I prefer speed over attack in a lot of situations, and sometimes it comes to bite me in the ass, but what can you do? But the second turn, I do take out that Infernape, luckily. The damage it did was a lot on my Dragonite. I know my Dragonite's not too bulky, but it is resisted, and I just did not expect that to do that much. So here I went for the Extreme Speed on the Donphan just to get a little more damage on it. Didn't want to use my I didn't want to use any other Poke as fodder, seeing as how they couldn't take one more hit and Dragonite would die from the switch in because of Stealth Rock, so I just kept him in there as death fodder. Right here, my Vaporeon died, and I'm left just with my Ferrothorn. I know that in order to win this game, which is really looking bad for me, I'm up against the wall here. I have 2 Pokes, and it's a Ferrothorn. I only have 1 attack, which is Power Whip. So I'm just going to try to get as much HP as I can by Leech Seeding, and hopefully, you know, since his walls have a bunch of HP, I can just stall them out and get the upper hand. So he sees that he's not doing enough damage, so he switches out to his crest to get that Leech Seed off his Donphan. I'm going to go for the Power Whip. The Reflect is still intact, I believe. I can't remember. I didn't see, but oh no, it wasn't. That's why I did so much to the crest. But he goes for that Reflect now, seeing as how I'm only have 1 attack, and it's super effective on this Donphan. So I'm going to go for this Leech Seed now, seeing as crest, I believe it has, what is it, 394 HP, or is it 444 HP? Either way, it's a lot, and I know that when his Donphan switches in, since Leech Seed is going to kill his crest, might as well just go for the spikes here. He goes for the Toxic just for the lulz, because he said it during the battle he had no attacking moves, which really made me happy, because I was getting scared. I mean, it's a Ferrothorn versus 2 Pokes, and I know they're walling, and that I can't be Toxic, but I just still expected him to win this. But luckily, that's not the case, and he dies to a Power Whip, as you see here. The crit obviously mattered. I mean, Ferrothorn, it didn't matter, but that's what we were joking about at the end of the game. It's like, oh my god, your crit mattered. I can't believe that's what cost me the game, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, it was a really fun battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name's the Choppahstoppah, and I'm new to YouTube, so I'd appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll bring you new content, and private message me if you're interested in the battle. Choppahstoppah out. Thanks.